When you wrongfully convict an innocent person and put them in prison, you've now created a new victim. But the victim of the crime that occurred has not received justice. The real perpetrator is still out on the street, able to commit more crimes.
I've seen the toll that prison takes not just on the client's family. I've talked to more moms over the years who struggle to hold the families together after their son or their nephew or whomever goes to prison. It's devastating and sad.
I went to my first police training in 2016, and the first one scared me. It's the first time that I had been in a room with that many officers, and I didn't think I was going to make it through. I persevered, and I made it through that first one, and I realized in that moment that it wasn't just going to change their lives, it was going to change mine.
I had so many come up to me afterwards wanting to shake my hand. Some gave me hugs. They wanted to know more about me, and that told me that this is a movement that can actually accomplish something really good.
Instead of looking at a file that's talking about a case, if they can look at a real live human being and see the pain and the trauma in our eyes as we convey our story to them, I think that's more powerful than them just reading a textbook about what to do and what not to do.
You become detached to what the reality of the job is, and when you step foot out there again, you have to remember that. And there's a lot of pressure to make quick decisions and to try to find this sense of justice, but we sometimes get away from the idea of what justice really is. And we're thinking, oh, I need to hold someone accountable, that's justice. But it's not justice when that person isn't guilty of certain crimes. For them, having that experience in the academy is really great reminder that they are interacting with human beings and people who have a livelihood, and that mistakes are very costly.
When it comes to working with police officers, that's where cases start, right? The police. So if we're working with them instead of against them, and they want to get the right guy off the street, I mean, I would assume most of them do, I believe they do, and you don't want to put the wrong person behind bars, right? So we're both on the same side.
Innocence Project attorneys are not defense attorneys. Defense attorneys represent people who are guilty, people who are innocent, and everything in between. Now we are attorneys who look for the truth, and if we have a case where DNA or other investigation shows us that the person who's applied for our help is more likely than not guilty, we will close the case.
None of us are experts on everything. It's easy to feel like you have to be an expert and that you have to be able to make good decisions all the time and you have to have all the answers. I might see this crime or this investigation from my limited perspective, and then I'm only considering certain events or certain likelihoods. We have to have different perspectives or alternative perspectives to our own. So I lose that tunnel vision. I'm less likely to engage in confirmation bias. I'm less likely to anchor into whatever biases I have going into that investigation.
If you have all parties at the table specific for wrongful incarceration, the individual that was wrongfully incarcerated, arresting officers, prosecutors, etc., we're able to connect on a personal level.
This system that, some people see as adversarial, it's us versus them, it's a collaborative effort. Like, we can work together, we can come together and make this system better by working together.
And it's not uncommon for people to think of it one side against the other in all aspects of the system. And so to make a point of bringing everybody together to have a discussion where there's open dialogue is why it's so important.
Wrongful convictions literally affect everyone. So these conversations are more important than ever to make sure that in the future we can stop it, but also to make sure that we're letting people know we can work together. It does not have to be an adversarial position between us. It's the first time that I've really seen, I call it tangible justice, because when you're talking about a wrongful conviction and you're talking about all the loss you've endured, it feels like that was just a waste of time. But to do something like this, where you know that time was not wasted, that every bit of pain is going to be used to change policing in the future, that gives you back the first real sense of purpose, and you can see how things can be in the future.
I just pray that our experience changes somebody, and it protects somebody, and it builds greater and stronger communities.